Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. A good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Probably good evening since that's when I'm actually uploading this, but a good afternoon since, just like every other video, it's afternoon when I'm recording this, 3:27 p.m. On this afternoon. And it's a trip to McDonald's. It's a fun vacation to McDonald's, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, there's a literal line, I think it's still, I can't see yet, it's still wrapped around the building. So many cars here at the drive-thru trying to get these new items. They really made a big press release about this. Everyone's talking about it because this is just the biggest thing ever, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? McDonald's released a new artisan sandwich, or an artisan line of sandwiches. It's not like they've ever released anything artisan before, so this is big, folks. All right, this is big. McDonald's has released a new lineup of sandwiches, which they call their handcrafted variety, and it's supposed to give the implication, I suppose, that these are actually handcrafted. You know, it's not like the chef makes a regular burger with his hands or whatnot, but these are actually handcrafted, mind you. And what it's supposed to be is McDonald's is trying to, I don't know if they're trying to compete with restaurants now. If they're trying to say, well, you can get a $40 burger for $5 here at McDonald's. Or if they're trying to say, you know, hey, we're not just a fast food place. We can make quality stuff here, okay? Or if they're trying to compete. They're just doing what they do, that's all. Inexplicably so, but they're just doing what they do. And what this really is they have allegedly higher quality ingredients that you can mix and match and make your own artisan burgers, alright? And supposed to, I suppose, increase the quality and give you, the customer, that greater sense of control in the grand scheme of things. They're signature crafted recipes. Freshly prepared sandwiches just for you. Comes in a box. You can see they're all fancy about it because it's signature crafted right there. The way they talk about these makes you think that, you know, you have a bunch of people wearing those nice chef's gowns and there's Gordon Ramsay in there yelling at everyone because they're making your signature crafted burgers. I'll quit being so mean to them. This combination that I got today is their sweet barbecue bacon burger with 100% beef, quarter-pound patty. So it's supposed to be a barbecue bacon burger, really. And here it is. And I'm going to hold it up to the camera for you like this. You can see the glorious artisan bun. There, of course, I'll dethrone it of its bun, too. Some people said that when it's in the light, it gets a little too bleached out, so we'll try and find that balance here. Here's what it looks like. You can see the burger is kind of falling off. You know, but that's what it looks like there. And as I promised, we'll take the bun off. That's what it looks like there. I'll tell you in a second, of course, the details of everything that's on it, but I don't know, you can kind of guess what's on it. What are these? What are these things? What are these things? Are those fish strips? What are those? What are those? Well, to answer all of those questions as to what's on this burger comes with sweet onion barbecue sauce, bacon, Applewood smoked, grilled onions, crispy onions, and smooth white, I believe, cheddar cheese. So again, it's supposed to be an artisan combination. I don't really understand the fixation with the onions on this burger. So much onion-related stuff. I'm going to shut up and I'm just going to eat now. It's the, let's see. It's a sweet barbecue bacon burger with 100% beef, quarter-pound patty from McDonald's going in. cross section for you all. That's the eating intermission there. Now we'll eat some more. Good landing there. Take 2 more bites. Final bite. It's a rainy Sunday evening, and you find yourself hungry. You think, how about some McDonald's? Alright, there's one right down the street. I'll go there. Or we'll get something. You're at the drive-thru, and you see these burgers, and you decide to get, alright, I'll get a sweet barbecue bacon handcrafted burger with 100% beef quarter-pound patty. They take your order, you go to the window to pay, and they're about to hand you your meal. And as I bring the bag, they hesitate and they pull it back. And you're kind of thinking to yourself, what's going on? And they ask a question. They say, I'm not going to give you this until you answer this question. At this point, you're confused, but you're hungry and you're willing to comply. They say, on this burger, what is more prevalent, do you think? The crispy onions or the grilled onions? Which one is it? The crispy onions. When it all comes down to this burger, in terms of quality, there are a few things that stand out very positively, and there's a few things that I think this burger is utterly useless in terms of having. And that story about the onions, I think, really showcases that. It puzzled me immediately when as soon as I even looked this up on the McDonald's website, I was just thinking for a bit, why do they need these 2 types of onions on this burger? You know, why do they actually need the grilled onions and the crispy onions on this? Are you actually going to be able to taste the difference? Is it going to be too much onions on this? Is one going to overtake the other in terms of flavor? That final was true. Now, thankfully, it was not overly potent in terms of how the onions actually work, because I worried that was just going to completely ruin the whole thing. But rather, you could taste the crispy onions very much so, and I think those are always more potent in some ways than just the standard grilled onions. You could taste these crispy onions, and I really think the texture of it does help for you to be able to identify, and it makes them stand out more. The grilled onions, you couldn't even differentiate that they were even there. It's just completely pointless. McDonald's ought to just get rid of them on this sandwich, save themselves a couple of bucks from having to keep those there, you know, so that's the first thing. Now, when it comes to overall quality of this sandwich, is it really the, what is it they call this, the signature crafted quality that they really uphold this to be? Just don't set your expectations that high. You're getting it from McDonald's. Please don't expect, a $90 restaurant quality burger, as McDonald's seems to portray this to be. Rather, this is essentially the same quality as their quarter-pound burgers. Alright, the quality of the beef is a little bit higher than what you would get on just a standard hamburger, but it is identical to what you would get on their quarter-pound burgers. It's no different than that. It's the same exact patty. They're not getting it from any sort of special type of beef, to my understanding. They're not seasoning it any differently. I could not taste any sort of difference in terms of that quality, where the beef patty is a little bit thicker, it's a little bit juicier, but there is no noticeable quality difference in terms of this burger. It still just has a little bit of that. I mean, it's somewhat flavorful, but it also still has just a little bit of blandness to it. You know, I've noticed one thing, because I've eaten at McDonald's, admittedly, a very good amount of times. When I get the quarter pounder, and when I get just a standard McDouble, the tiny little beef patties on the McDouble are much more flavorful than this big patty you'd get on the quarter pounder. And that, again, just holds true right here. It could be a lot more flavorful. It's just a little bit lackluster in terms of how it actually tastes. The sweet onion barbecue sauce, again, calling it sweet onion barbecue sauce makes it seem as though, alright, this is going to be blasting with onion flavor. It's just it's a honey barbecue variant, really. It's a sweet barbecue sauce. Forget about the word honey, or the word, onion in that. And it's just a sweet barbecue sauce. So it just gives an incorrect representation there. The bacon itself was good, though. I give them credit for that. They gave you some thick slabs of bacon. They weren't tiny little shriveled up pieces of microwave bacon. These were real good thick slabs of bacon. I give them credit on that. That bacon was really fatty, but it was flavorful. It tasted good, so I give them credit on the bacon there. They did a good job with that. And of course, as for the onions, well, again, the grilled onions are really pointless in my opinion, but the crispy onions, they add a nice crunch to it, and the onions themselves do have a potency to them that really does make them stand out, and it blends nicely for the whole burger. But those crispy onions really do stand out and have a nice little crunch texture-wise as well to this burger. The smooth white cheddar cheese, like many such cases at McDonald's, is really just there for aesthetic purposes, as it just gets lost in the sauce, and you can't really taste it all that much. You just can't. So when it comes to this burger, a lot of things cancel out. I think you can tell that. You know, you have the beef patty, which may not be the best. You have this bacon, which is good. You have these two types of onions, which kind of cancel out. The sauce isn't that bad. The cheese gets lost in there. So where does everything land in the end? Well, in the end, it's an average burger. It's average. It has some good things about it, some bad things about it, and in the end, it all just cancels out. It's an average sandwich. Please be prepared for it. They uphold it to a standard which you should not expect it to be at. And just remember, you're getting an average sandwich. You know, it's something standard that you would get from McDonald's. There's nothing that's really too much better about this than any other sandwich on the menu. You know, artisan crafted or otherwise. Let's talk about price first. I believe this is the receipt here. Where is it? I had the receipt in my suit jacket pocket here. Let me get it. Here we go. This was $4.79. Tax $5.13. It's a $5 sandwich. It's standard. That's all that I can say. It's standard. I've said it for the 5th time now, but it's the most important thing to get out of this whole review. It's standard, and just go in there with that understanding. You're not getting really anything overly special when it comes to this. It's just a standard sandwich. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, out of 10, what am I going to be rating this sandwich from McDonald's? Out of 10, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to have to give this sandwich a 6.5 out of 10. Completely standard. I would have hoped for a little bit more of it, but because so many things cancel out, it's just the nature of how things are. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this review. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Support of the Week, and today's review was for the sweet barbecue bacon burger with 100% beef quarter-pound patty from McDonald's. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and take care.